Okay, this should be working. Hello, and welcome to a tutorial for anyone who is confused or doesn't know how to use Fruity Loop Studio. I'm using version, I have no clue actually. I'm using this version, but whatever. So, I'm going to start with, okay, if you like dubstep and you want to make a wobble bass, like a wub, 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 I will show you how to do that now. Or at least my method for doing it. There are many ways to do these things. I'll just show you my method. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to go on the channels. You might not have some of these channels listed here because I've downloaded some custom ones. But whatever. And you should have Citrus. Sytrus. You want to click that and open that. Now, by default, it should be set to rich string ensemble. So what you want to do to you don't want to be there. You want to go, and you'll see this giant menu. You want to go to default, the very first one. Okay, simple as that. What you want to do next is, okay, first of all, first things first, turn this knob, this pitch knob, just drop it all the way down, as low as it goes. Otherwise, it'll sound ridiculous. Then you want to go, you see these things, op1, op2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to go to op1, and then go to this matrix here. Yeah. And go to this first knob right here. 1, 1. And just crank it all the way up. Once you've done that, you want to check these tabs. And what it should say is vol, VOL, and then the next one would say mod X. If it doesn't, just change it to that. Simple. Vol, mod X. And you want to see these 2 points. You want to take the one on the left and drag it all the way down. Now, I'd suggest you make a pattern by just going right clicking on this, which is Citrus default. Click piano roll and make something. I made something really basic. So once you've done a pattern or whatever, you want to click here, make sure you're here, and go to this knob here. Right click on it and do edit events. Okay. Now, when you want to see this tiny tab here, event editor options. Get that. Tools. Wait, no. You don't have to do that actually. Not this one. Do the wrench. The wrench is easier. And just go to LFO and click that. You change this later. Just click accept for now and listen in. This might not show up here. I have it set because that's the last thing I did with it. By default, it's set to this, I think. So what you want to do is never click that. That has nothing to do with anything. You want to do the LFO, And to change things, to change the shape, sine, triangle, or square, I'm going to use sine for now. Don't mess with this box here, end. Don't mess with that yet. You don't need that. And that's something that's like advanced. But the start is what you want to mess with. So you can change the speed of how fast it wobbles. So I can do this. Or faster. I can also change the range, which will change the top, the highest it can go and the lowest it can go. And the value, which is how high it is from the start. Changing the shape. And so now I have a basic wobble bass, but it doesn't sound like you want it. Like, I mean, maybe it does, but probably not. What you want to do, there's a few things you might want to mess with. First thing you want to do is go to op 2, crank that all the way up. It's 2. Oh, it'll be here. This knob right here, right next to the original one. Then go volume, mod X, crank it down just like you did with operator 1. That might not sound how you want it. Yeah, that's kind of meh, you know? So I'll give you a tip. This bar right here, the 2.0000, that's important to mess with. Messing with that can give you a totally different sound. There's a bunch of things you can do. I'm gonna turn this down so I can speak clearly. You can still hear it in the back. Mess around with the wave. That's a good idea. So there's a few things you can do for different sounds. And one main one is this box right here. If you listen in, that didn't sound too good. You can change that, and then there's the advanced version of that, which is here. Now, if you want a sort of YAYA sound, what you want to do is go to this box, right-click, triangle, go to this menu right here with all these bars, go to, you can see here at the screen when I go over there, look here when I go over there. You can see that it has like different bars. 32, you want to change 32, you get to about 44 maybe, and then try. That's a nice sound. Pretty cool. One thing you might want to do in this personal preference, go to this little option here, smooth up modulation, and click it off. Another thing I recommend might want to change this wave here. But probably not too much. And see, this is what would happen if you had it where you started. That's not, yeah. Might want to change. Okay, well, I'm gonna just use this for now because the rest of what I'm doing is like extra stuff. OBS is still working. Now, here's a tip. Click on Citrus. Click this button right here, View Mixer. Go to this Insert One right here. Click it. And right click it. Link selected channels to this track. And boom. Now, there's a lot of things you can do with this. As you can see. I'm going to just pick some that are default because I have a bunch of them that aren't. Here's Vocodex. It's not supposed to be used for this, but you can use it for different things. That's not its purpose. It's for vocals, but you can do whatever you want with this. Low speed. Yeah. That's some of the more advanced stuff. You can always do things like reverb. Oh, right. Or wait, compression. Although that doesn't do too much. One thing I like to do is squeeze. Booty squeeze. Do it right. You can get a good sound. But I'm not gonna do that for now. So that's just messing around with what you can do. But I'm gonna show you the rest of the serious part. Let me change this to something better. If you crank this up to 16, you can make the pattern longer. I'm gonna do that. And I get the entire time. I'm gonna show you some things you can do with this. Alright, you want to select key. Go to a part that you want to edit, which is here for me. And just edit it, and it'll edit just that part. Then you can have this. You can change things without using like preset. It's difficult, but it works. Anyway, this is basic, and I don't really like it, so I'm gonna mess around with it to show you the potential of this. And it'll sound better with like some drums. I'll just add something. Anyway, that's like very basic, but there's a bunch of different things you can do with it. If I want to get really crazy. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna change the tempo up to normal dubstep. It was at 130, 140 is normal. Distortion maybe? That sounds pretty cool, even though it's only one pattern. This plugin I'm opening is not default. I'm just around now. might be a good idea for me to get rid of the piano roll here, and then have this be like the normal, and clone it. Animation clip. And now you got something pretty cool. It's not a full song, but it's a start, you know. Now if you're using the free version, which you probably are, one thing you should know is that you can't save your work. Yeah, because it's a demo. So, but what you can do is export, WAV file, or whatever type of file you want, and pick where you want to put it. Then just export it and export everything. But you can't save and come back to it. You have to finish it in one sitting, which is the downside. But that's how I make all my music. So I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, ask. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this. And that's it. Bye bye. Yeah.